Welcome back to the Dark Corner, the space where the stories of our listeners take center stage. Today, we're leaving behind ancient legends to hear real experience shared by your own followers.
Because we all know that fear doesn't always come from remote forests or medieval times. Sometimes it lives in our own homes, in our dreams, or in situations we can never explain.
Today, we bring you four stories sent by you, for tales that make you think about just how thin the line is between what's real and what's impossible.
So, if you're listening at night, you might want to turn on a light.
Let's start with a storm that mixes dreams, sleep, paralysis, and maybe even a glimpse of the future.
Let's start. Our follower says that years ago they suffered from sleep paralysis. One morning they dreamed they got up, walked to the chicken, and saw their mom having breakfast. They tried to talk, but she couldn't see or him Tim. They went out to the yard and saw a demoniac figure. They felt fear, tried to scream, and woke up in a sleep paralysis so intense they couldn't even make a sound. When they finally moved, they got up, went to the chicken, and found their mom exactly as in the dream, in the same place, wearing the same clothes, and having the same breakfast.
So, they dreamed the exact moment they were about to lie.
That sounds like extremely deja vu, or like the brain processed information ahead of time.
But the demon in the jar does no longer things than something else.
What surprised me more is how deep the dream was. Some clothes, some food, some position. That's not simple coincidence.
Do you think sleep paralysis could open? I don't know. A doorway?
Maybe not a doorway, but a sensitivity. Some people say that during a sleep paralysis, you are halfway between two plans.
I just know that if I saw something and I dream and then lived it exactly, I wouldn't sleep for weeks.
Now, I want to share with you another story that has left me speechless. It's a story about the woman on the roof. Two friends were diving on rural roads at night, like they usually didn't to talk and listening to music. Suddenly, a woman appeared in the middle of the road. She was so close they couldn't brake in time. Both screamed. The driver swear so happily the car ended up across the road. But when they got out to check, the woman had vanished. No one was there. No sound, no marks on the pavement. The silence was so deep. They felt they weren't alone. They called a friend to accompany them out. 15 years later, they still can remember the fear.
Stories like this freak me out when multiple people see the same things. you can just call in imagination.
Both of them saw it and they react the same. That rules out on influencing the other.
And the body doesn't fly, screaming at the same time is instinct not made up.
In seeing someone on the rope and then nothing, no footprints, no shadow, no trace, just silence.
Some say there are places where roots retain the energy of past accidents or deeds. What if it wasn't a person, but an echo?
Or a warning, something that wants to be seen for some reason.
Continual story. The children in the yard. A follower tells us that one day, while working in his office, he saw the head of a blond child running across the grass. When they opened the window, the child was gone. Months later, his wife also saw it begin behind a door. She even recorded a video where someone knocks on the door from the other side. Every Tozer was completely alone. They wanted a medium who claimed a 5-year-old boy named James lived in the house, who loved running and looking at the apple trees in the yard. They didn't have apple trees, but the land had been unnatural before.
Oh no, these are the ghosts that scare me the most. The ones that don't harm you, but they are there.
And a medium even gave a name, age, and favorite activity. That's not coincidence.
The apple trees part is the craziest. How could the medium make that up?
It's sad, isn't it? Like a child just playing there he used to live.
Yes, but also scary to think it manifests physical, it's physical, like knocking at the door.
Saying shadows is one thing, but sometimes interacting with your environment is another.
The next history is our followers' grandfather used to get up at night because of back problems and was leaned against a corner near the kitchen. After the passage, the grandchildren took turns staying with their grandmother. One night, the follower got up for water and saw his grandfather standing in that some corner, rubbing his back, exactly as he used to. He screamed. Grandpa looked at him and disappeared, leaving a lingering frown, like when you look at something extremely rich. He never saw him again, but the window in the room there he did still opens on its own, even when looked.
It gave me goosebumps saying a loved one after they are one.
What strikes me is the detail of the routine. Not a shadow, Not a reflection, it was his grandfather, as well.
I think sometimes when someone dies, a part keeps visiting the things they used to do.
Or waiting to make sure the family was okay. That's the feeling I get.
But the window opening even when looked, that's something else.
I don't know which is stronger, seeing it or living which things afterward.
Stories from you or listenings reminds us that fear is real, every day and possible.
From dreams that come true to a, a partios on empty roads.
From children who won't stop playing to grandparents return to their favorite corner.
Thank you for choosing us with your experience. The ones many will their share.
This was The Dark Corner. We'll see you in the next episode. Meaning with remember to look careful before you turn off the lights.